Welcome to the Destiny Keys, Life Purpose Astrology with Ahimsa Grace, astrology teacher and spiritual space holder. We look at the stars and we know things.
OMG, WTF. Scorpio season is wild. So today I am going to help you navigate what has been coming up in this very intense, for some, Scorpio season. It's going to help you rock your journey as well as understand what is coming up for other people. So this could be friends, this could be family, this could be clients, helping them to ride the wave, helping you to ride the wave. Because when you know Scorpio season really well, you know what phase you're in, you know what you need to do, you know what's being shown to you. So it's taken us through the shadow of seeing what we didn't see before, plus narcissism, manipulation, dishonesty, control, and into the light of being in your power, having strong boundaries and an open heart, trusting yourself, trusting life so that you can help others as a healer while also standing firm in your own power, enjoying your life, using your energy for yourself, and feeling really confident in yourself and your abilities. So let's do this. And we've got 3 stages to Scorpio season. I touched on this in the last episode, but there was something that I missed that is very, very relevant for many of us right now. So Scorpio season is a process. We begin in the energy of the snake. We moved into the scorpion, and then we will move into the phoenix. So you've got 10 days of snake, 10 days of scorpion, 10 days of phoenix. So now, as I record this, we are in phase 2, and I can share an alternative path for you to follow that is so much powerful, more powerful than the scorpion. Okay, so loads of you have been reaching out to me to share what Scorpio season has been bringing up for you. And I'm noticing a theme, and it is in your natal Pluto. And that is where Pluto sits on your birth chart, which sign Pluto was in the cosmos at the moment of your first breath. So you can have your chart to hand. If you don't have your chart and you're not really sure, you can just use the approximate dates. If your date of birth falls in the middle of these windows, you're certain that this is your Pluto sign. But if it's towards the beginning or the end, then you're going to probably best to check your dates. You can do this without any of this knowledge and it will still help you. So if you were born between 1958 and 1972, it's likely your natal Pluto is in Virgo. Between 71 and 83, Libra. 82 and 95, Scorpio. 95 to 2008, Sagittarius. And then anyone that was born from 2008 and beyond, it's likely that their Pluto is in Capricorn. Now they do overlap because they're Pluto retrogrades. Okay, so you can go onto astro.com, click charts, chart drawings, and then natal chart ascendant. Put in your birth details. You do not need your time to find out what sign Pluto was in for you. So I'm going to touch on each one so that you can link them to family, friends, clients who may be struggling right now, and of course, yourself. So for all of us, the Scorpio stuff that could be coming up right now is seeing things that you didn't see before. So it could be stuff that you've been ignoring, could be stuff that you genuinely didn't see, something that's been hidden from you, something you've swept under the carpet and hidden from yourself. There could be control, manipulation, dishonesty. A lot of secrets are coming to light. So maybe you're seeing where a friend has lied to you. Maybe you are seeing controlling family dynamics. It could be that you're seeing things on a global scale, global, worldwide. dishonesty, manipulation. It could be local to where you are, perhaps local government. It could be media, education, healthcare. Shadow is being revealed to us. Scorpio always does this. So you may remember in the last episode, I was discussing those three phases. Snake, which is the first 10 days of Scorpio season, that can bring sneaky low behaviors or becoming aware of sneaky behaviors. That's from about the 22nd of October to around the 1st or 2nd of November. And then we move into Scorpion, which can bring a hard shell. From what we've seen that's been coming up in the first phase, we can go hard and we can, be quick with the poison, or other people can do that. And that's again from the 1st or 2nd of November for about 10 days. And then the final 10 days, around the 10th and 11th of November to the 21st of November, we're in the Phoenix energy, rebirth. Okay, so we've actually got two choices in each phase. So you've done phase one already, that was the snake. So the snake, we have a choice of shedding our skin. I've got a tingle in my crown chakra as I said that. Getting rid of the old skin or keeping the old skin. So if you choose to keep the old skin, it becomes hard and it becomes toxic. And that's when we can see this scorpion energy in other people, or maybe yourself. Less likely if you're watching this, but maybe. Or you shed your skin and you rebirth into an eagle. The eagle shows you the higher perspective. So when we go through difficult times, do we become hard and brittle and administer poison? Or do we see it from a bird's eye view? Do we see it from that higher perspective? And then from the scorpion or eagle phase, we go into the final phase, which is the phoenix. Do you choose the ashes or do you choose to rise from the ashes? Do you die with it? Or do you allow yourself to let it fall away and be reborn? So there's three phases to it. And right now, many of us have a choice. Are we choosing the scorpion or are we choosing the eagle? Are we becoming hard and bitter or are we becoming more powerful and seeing things from that higher perspective? So bear in mind the Scorpio stuff that's coming up for us. The control, manipulation, secrets coming to light. That's coming up for everybody. And now have a quick listen to your Pluto, your natal Pluto, to see what is coming up more specifically and how you can choose either the scorpion or the eagle. So remember, you could do this for other people. So you may have your mom or your grandma in mind. You may have one of your children in mind, maybe a client, just doesn't have to just be your own. It can really give you some perspective, some eagle bird's eye view of what's coming up for others as well. So for people who were born between 1958 and 72, it's likely that their Pluto is in Virgo. So this is taking us to a choice point, procrastination or organization. So with this Pluto placement, you've seen what you didn't see before, and it's overwhelming. You're feeling anxious, you're feeling fearful. You now see what needs to be done, and it feels like too much because you should do it like this and you should do it like that. So if we go into the scorpion energy, we shut down. We administer the poison by pointing the finger at other people. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's nothing to do with me. And we hide from the work. That can be doom scrolling. That could be binge watching Netflix for 3 weeks. It could be, these things can be helpful to relax us. But when we do it long term and nothing's getting done, we're overusing it and it becomes a poison. Or we've got the eagle. So the eagle sees it as an opportunity to heal. In this case, it's the witch wound. So you are struggling to get organized and you're struggling to trust the flow of life. Now you see what needs to be done. At least you know now, at least you see it. So you get organized. It might not be the way you think it should be, but you get yourself organized. You start getting your ducks in a row. And then you trust your intuition. This is the witch wound. You trust your intuition, you trust your flow of life while standing in your power. So you see the organization and the foundations and the power, and then the intuition and the flow. the two of those combined. That's the eagle perspective for this particular Pluto aspect. That's Pluto in Virgo. So that's your choice points, or somebody else that you may know. Now you're like, oh, I know what's going on with them now. It starts to make sense to us. So Pluto in Libra, again, remembering the Scorpio stuff, control, manipulation, secrets coming to light. So if your Pluto is in Libra, this is around 1971 to 1983 birthday. Codependence to independence. So you have seen relationship dynamics that are disempowering you, or where you are disempowering other people. This is so common in the healer community because many of us are around the 40-50 age bracket. We're a little bit older, we're a little bit wiser, and we have this Pluto placement. It's also because we're deeply caring, we feel so much. And it's almost like putting on your cape and wanting to rescue everybody. But when we do that in a very forceful way, we disempower them and we make them weaker and we make them need us. And that's the unhealed Pluto, is like, I need you to need me, mainly because I don't want to focus on myself. It's easier to focus on you because I can see it from an ego perspective when it's somebody else. So we may be experiencing someone doing that to us. Maybe someone has disempowered you, made you need them, not out of malice, not out of any bad intentions, maybe not even consciously, but because they need to feel needed. So the low road of this, the scorpion would shut down from other people. I don't need anybody. It's their fault for manipulating me, or it's their fault for being weak. Yeah. And saying poisonous things about the other person. Libra is all about how we relate to others. Whereas the eagle again sees it as an invitation to heal. So, from that higher perspective, we start to see that we are autonomous. We don't need someone to need us, and we don't need someone to save us, whichever way you fall in this dynamic. You don't need anyone else. People complement our lives beautifully, but we don't need them. And that's when we start to step into our power. We start to use boundaries to protect ourselves so that we can let people in. And there's sort of rules in place that we're protecting our energy when we need to. We see where we keep other people weak and dependent on ourselves, or how we use other people as a life buoy. Grab hold of them. It's scary. You save me. Okay. So it takes us to standing in our own independence, our own power, and then choosing to have other people around us in a way that flavors our lives and makes them beautiful. So that is the lessons coming up for Pluto in Libra. Let's move on to Pluto in Scorpio. So this is if you are born between 1982 and 1995. So we are talking about Scorpio energy anyway, manipulation and control and truth coming to light. And then you have Pluto in Scorpio. So this is double whammy. So we go from controlling or being controlled to being in control. So this magnifies the Scorpio traits of narcissism, manipulation, secrets, control. So either you're controlling other people or you're being controlled by other people. And if you go into the Scorpion energy here, you're going to cling to that control, or you're going to demonize the person who controlled you. And you stay in that lower perspective there. It's your fault. It's not my fault. Yeah. Or we go into that eagle, higher perspective. Trauma is the cause of control. People cling to control or need to be controlled because of trauma. When I say trauma, it doesn't have to be something, really extreme. All of us have experienced trauma in our lives, and it's important that we understand that traumatic incidents change the way our subconscious is. And when we become aware of that and where it's tripping us up, we can step out of it. So control is a trauma response. There's actually no such thing as control. You can't control life. You can't control other people. You can fight it. It's just going to wear you out. So you start to see it in other people. You start to see it in yourself. You start to heal that trauma in yourself so you can let go of trying to control external events, external situations, and start to trust in your power. A bird on a branch isn't there because it trusts the branch and it trusts that it's controlling the branch and it's controlling the wind, so it's safe. It trusts its own wings. If that branch snaps, it's just going to fly. It trusts its judgment and it trusts its wings. And that's the lesson here. Then we've got Sagittarius. So if your Pluto is in Sagittarius, you were likely born between 1995 and 2008. I don't think we're going to have many people watching me who were born in that time. So I'm just going to go over this one relatively quick, but it might be someone that you see. So this is going from trapped to free. So you've started to see where you are stuck in dogmatic thinking or somebody else's dogmatic thinking. Dogmatic thinking is like, it has to be this way, it has to be my way, this is right, everything else is wrong. Like the low road of religion. Spirituality is very accepting, religion can be very rigid, and if you don't believe what I believe, you're wrong. That's the dogma. So people should believe this, people should do that, I should do this, or someone pushing those beliefs on you. So needing everyone to believe what you believe, religion, politics, spirituality, or someone imposing that on yourself. That may have come to light. So Scorpion goes into that hard shell and gets entrenched in those beliefs further. Everybody else is wrong but me. The world is crazy. I'm the only right one. I think we've all felt that sometimes. That could be coming up for these guys now. Or somebody does it to you. You start to say, actually, I'm not sure I agree. And they're there with their staunch beliefs, trapping you, entrenching you. Okay. Or the eagle is the higher perspective. This is difficult even for me. I have a Sagittarius stellium, and for me, there is a way that the world should be. And when it's not, I do find it difficult. It's also difficult for me to say this, that everything happens for a reason. Now, I've been through some very, very difficult times in my life, and I can look back and say they happened for a reason. I see things happening on the world stage, and it sticks in my throat when I say that everything happens for a reason. But there is a bigger plan. And I know that on one level, on my higher perspective, and in another way I go, oh my god, it can't possibly be. So take this where whatever level you're at today. Yeah, because we sort of go up and down when it comes to these higher perspectives. So everything happens for a reason. I have my own beliefs, but they don't enslave me when I'm in this eagle perspective, and I don't push people away because of them. And if it's you at the receiving end of someone else's dogma, it's like they believe what they believe. I believe what I believe. They are being toxic. I need to put some boundaries up to protect myself from this. And then again, very quickly, because no one here, I don't think, is going to have Pluto in Capricorn. This is people who were born 2008 or later. So we're talking people who are like 16 years old, as I say this, or younger. So this goes from closed to open. So the Pluto in Capricorn guys have seen the underbelly of the patriarchy, seen the control, the overworking. They've been controlled. There's been a lack of healthy, strong male role models in their lives, perhaps. So to go into the Scorpion here, they're going to get bitter and angry, and they're going to close down. They're going to shut down. Many of them are teenagers, so they're going to do that. The eagle that you can suggest to them as the higher perspective is that we are being shown this generationally, because Pluto went into Capricorn in 2008 and it's just about to leave. So that's 16 years. It's massive. So my generation has been experienced this and been shown this for a reason, so that we can overcome this, reclaim our lives, reclaim our power without shutting down emotionally, without overworking, without falling into toxic masculinity or shunning our masculinity altogether. There's a middle way. Okay. So that is how I recommend you work through whatever is coming up for you with any secrets that have been revealed. So if you're not sure still, just think back to the past 10 days. What have you seen that you didn't see before that you're ready to see? If there's anything that's too uncomfortable, don't push yourself. Don't go there. Maybe grab a notebook and journal on it. I've seen, how my sister treats me, or I've seen how I am in a particular friendship. I've seen something in my partnership that isn't working for me. Whatever it is, there's going to be something that's been revealed to you. And if you're struggling with it, you can start to journal it out and do some inner child work, do some visualizations around that inner child, bring some love and healing to that inner child. So around the 11th of November comes an end to this scorpion or scorpion or eagle energy, and we step into the energy of the phoenix. So that's when this stuff can fall away and you can rise higher than ever before. So we're going to choose the eagle over the scorpion so that you can learn the lessons and move out of the patterns. So from seeing the shadow, the manipulation, the procrastination, the people pleasing, the control, the lack of freedom, and you see it and you sit with what it's brought up, the witch wound, codependency, fear, being trapped, dogmatic thinking. And then you're reborn into trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting life, standing independent and strong in your power, allowing yourself to be free, to be a free, autonomous, independent, powerful, open, loving, accepting, forgiving human. That is what this season can do for you. So thank you for letting me know everything that's been coming up for you. Let me know how this feels. Let me know how this helps you, especially over the next 10 days when we move into the Phoenix energy. So I will be back in the next episode to dive into the Pleiadian portal and stepping into Sagittarius season. Don't forget to go to the Ahimsa Grace Survive to Thrive pack for Scorpio season. I've had great feedback about the meditation that I've got there, about the Scorpio pack that tells you the key dates that are coming up. There's so much there in my beautiful community. So I'll pop the link in the description so you can head over there. And I will see you in the next episode. So much love, guys.
This has been the Destiny Keys Life Purpose Astrology with Ahimsa Grace.